We have a mystery. Mars, on one hand, is cold. It's a frozen desert. Desolate, but maybe a future home for the human race. Venus is closer to the sun, and it is the opposite, with temperatures at blisteringly hot temperatures of 900 degrees Fahrenheit. But you see, the Earth is in the middle between Mars and Venus. But Venus should not be so hot. It should be warm, but not 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the thick clouds of Venus? Today we've got something truly extraordinary. Never-before-seen photos of Venus, unveiled by none other than world-renowned physicist Michio Kaku. That's right. Michio Kaku has provided us a rare glimpse into Venus. These remarkable photos were originally taken by the Soviet Union many years ago, but they were kept hidden from the public eye until now. Why were these astounding images kept under wraps, and what secrets about Venus do they reveal? Today we're diving deep into these mysteries with the help of Michio Kaku's expert analysis. Don't miss out. Amid the tense Cold War rivalry between the Soviet Union and the United States, an exciting race unfolded. But this was not a race on the battlefield. Instead, it was a race to conquer the vastness of outer space. Both nations were determined to outdo each other in space exploration, constantly striving to achieve remarkable milestones. The competition between the Soviet Union and NASA fueled significant advancements in space technology. They sent astronauts into space, launched satellites, and explored the moon and beyond. The Soviet Union had an ambitious space program, aiming to go beyond Earth's atmosphere and achieve extraordinary feats. Their groundbreaking achievements, like launching Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, surprised and inspired people around the world. As NASA tirelessly pursued the mysteries of Mars and Jupiter, the Soviet Union had its gaze firmly fixed on another celestial body, Venus. The Soviet Union was the first country to successfully land a spacecraft on Venus in 1970. How did the Soviet Union successfully land a spacecraft on the unfriendly planet? The Soviet Union made history with its successful landing of a spacecraft on Venus in 1970. The mission, called Venera 7, was a remarkable achievement because Venus, despite its similarities to Earth in size and mass, is an incredibly hostile environment. The challenges started with the intense atmospheric pressure of Venus, which is about 92 times that of Earth's. Imagine being nearly a kilometer deep in Earth's oceans. That's how intense the pressure is. Then, there's the extreme heat. The atmosphere of Venus is primarily composed of carbon dioxide, along with traces of sulfuric acid and other gases. The runaway greenhouse effect on Venus leads to heat trapping, making it the hottest planet in our solar system. Its average surface temperature reaches a scorching 460 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to melt lead. Also, it is very interesting to know that Venus has a magnetic field that is very strong and protects it from the constant attacks of the solar wind. This cosmic phenomenon gives rise to the formation of electrifying tempests and dazzling displays of celestial lightning. All these cosmic variables render Venus an exceedingly formidable realm to venture into. Indeed, Venus, the celestial body of great intrigue, is a formidable challenge for any aspiring space explorer. Its unforgiving environment, characterized by extreme conditions and an absence of direct communication with our home planet, renders it the most difficult destination to successfully touch down upon. Despite this, the Soviet Union continued to satisfy its hunger for space travel. It was the perfect obstacle to overcome to prove its superiority in space exploration. Did the Soviet Union conquer Venus? Sit back as we tell you more. The Soviet Union's relentless pursuit of knowledge led to a remarkable string of Venera missions, all aimed at unraveling the mysteries of Venus. Venera 1 was an extraordinary probe and part of the esteemed Soviet Venus missions that tipped the scales at a staggering 1,400 pounds. Like its successors, this probe boasts an interior meticulously pressurized to a slightly over 1 atmosphere. The purpose? To ensure the optimal functioning of its instruments, maintaining a stable temperature within its confines. Truly a testament to the ingenuity of our scientific endeavor. The first Venera 1 probe embarked on a daring mission to venture beyond Earth's orbit. However, fate had other plans as this intrepid explorer fell short of its intended destination. The Soviet Union did not give up just yet. Learning from their mistake, on February 12, 1961, they launched a second attempt. Unfortunately, this mission encountered a setback while en route to Venus. Despite its valiant efforts, it fell short of reaching its intended destination. However, it did manage to come within a mere 62,000 miles of the captivating planet. Then there came Venera 2, a remarkable spacecraft bearing a striking resemblance to its predecessor, Venera 1. It was specifically designed for a daring mission, to soar past the enigmatic planet Venus. It was designed to capture and transmit valuable data to our home planet, Earth. On February 27, 1966, their valiant probe completed its flyby, venturing within a mere 15,000 miles of its target. However, tragedy struck as it succumbed to the challenge of overheating. The spacecraft's signals went silent and forever lost in the vast expanse of space. Whether Venera 2 met its untimely demise before or after its encounter with Venus is uncertain. The next 4 Soviet spacecraft, Venera 3 through 6, were built to investigate our hellish neighbor's atmosphere in greater detail. Each probe weighed around 2,000 pounds and had a number of sensors. However, only some of those missions were fruitful. Venera 3 was the first successful landing on our sister planet. Not very successful, though, because it crashed, landing on its surface. On the other hand, Venera 4 spent over 90 minutes collecting data when it descended through Venus's thick atmosphere on October 18, 1967. It found that there was no global magnetic field and that carbon dioxide levels in the air were quite high. As was to be expected, it soon melted under the stifling conditions of the planet's surface. In January 1969, Venera 5 and Venera 6 debuted 5 days apart while sharing an identical design. As the spacecraft plummeted into Venus's atmosphere, they could take precise measurements immediately. They took readings of the environment's temperature, pressure, and composition. The spaceships looked remarkably like Venera 4, but were more robust in construction. The spacecraft's descent probe was housed in a bus with a mass of 1,130 kilograms. The probe was spherical, weighed 405 kilograms, and could withstand decelerations of up to 450 G1. Parachutes on Venera 5 and 6 were planned to be thinner than those on Venera 4, so that the spacecraft could fall faster and reach a lower altitude while still functioning. The instruments would be exposed to the environment when the probe's top was expelled, allowing the parachute to be deployed. The descent module of Venera 7 was considerably more advanced, with the goal of achieving a gentle landing on Venus. It was heavily fortified so that it might withstand the harsh conditions on the surface. The flight, which took off on August 17, 1970, was mostly successful. The lander successfully touched the surface on December 15, 1970, although it took about 30 minutes of free fall before it finally slammed into the ground at around 38 miles per hour. Though it was first considered that Venera 7 had failed, the satellite eventually returned usable data briefly. The lander found that the surface was over 900 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly as hot as a brick pizza oven. The probe's pressure sensor failed during the descent. However, scientists could still utilize the data it provided to estimate that the surface pressure was about 92 bars, or the equivalent of being more than a half-mile below the ocean's surface. Venera 8 landed on Venus on July 22, 1972, much as Venera 7 did, except the lander didn't topple over this time. Venera 8 proved that future cameras can record Venus's views despite the planet's harsh atmosphere by measuring the surface's ambient light levels. Venera 9 through Venera 12, each weighing over 11,000 pounds, are the most well-known Soviet expeditions to Venus. This is mostly because their landers are equipped with cameras capable of taking direct pictures of the surface. Between 1975 and 1978, when these probes visited Venus, some of their cameras failed, generally because their lens covers wouldn't come off. But nonetheless, a few managed to take and transmit the first images from the surface of our solar system's second planet. There is something eerie about the first images captured by Venera 9 and Venera 10. Sharp, detailed, and somewhat distorted in all directions thanks to the wide-angle lenses they use. They show a stony, alien terrain that stretches far into the distance. In addition to showing the surface of the landers, the photographs also show their edges, revealing their distinctive Soviet design. Landers on the Venera 13 and 14 probes, launched in 1981, were more sophisticated versions of the Venera 9 through 12 probes that could tune into the speed of the Venusian wind using acoustic devices. Venera 15 and Venera 16, weighing over 9,000 pounds, could not transport landers. They substituted cutting-edge radar-based imaging equipment that could survey the whole planet from a safe distance using elliptical orbits. Although Pioneer 12 was the first spacecraft to use radar to create a map of Venus, the resolution of the maps produced by Venera 15 and 16 was superior by nearly a mile per pixel. These probes sent back fantastic detailed photographs showing large areas of the rough environment, with its impact craters, towering peaks, and lava-flooded basins. One of the most remarkable achievements in the Soviet Union's space exploration was the Venera 13 mission. This mission successfully landed on the planet Venus in the year 1982. The probe was equipped with a camera that captured 4-color images of its surroundings. It achieved this by utilizing a rotating mirror and a filter wheel. These photos marked the first instance of color photography on a different celestial body. The photos depicted a landscape devoid of vegetation, consisting primarily of rocks and soil. The dominant color of the scene was a yellowish-orange shade, which resulted from the dense atmosphere. The probe collected air and ground temperature data, pressure, wind speed, and chemical composition. Traces of organic molecules were detected, indicating the potential existence of past life on Venus. Several international space agencies have deployed probes to Venus, including the European Space Agency and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. The United States left its stamp on Venus's exploration with missions like Pioneer 12 and the enormously successful Magellan. The Soviet Venera program was, and still is, the most intensive and long-running series of Venus missions ever. Despite the tremendous success, the Soviet Union never released photos to the international scientific community. They were considered state secrets by the Soviet government, which wanted to maintain its edge in the space race against the United States. However, a recent presentation by Michio Kaku revealed declassified photos from Venus that intrigued many space enthusiasts. In the vast expanse of knowledge, Michio Kaku emerges as a luminary, a guiding star in theoretical physics and cosmology. With his profound understanding of the fundamental laws that govern the universe, he navigates the uncharted territories of scientific exploration with unwavering expertise. Kaku has a deep passion for space exploration and science fiction, immersing himself in their wonders and possibilities. In his illustrious journey through the vast realms of knowledge, he has penned numerous tomes, each a celestial beacon illuminating the mysteries of the cosmos. Moreover, he has graced the interstellar airwaves, guiding eager minds through the celestial wonders, as he hosted a constellation of television shows dedicated to these captivating subjects. In a recent expedition, the daring explorer had the honor of delivering a captivating presentation at a prestigious interstellar conference. With great enthusiasm, he unveiled a collection of declassified photographs, a treasure trove of visual evidence captured during our ventures to the enigmatic planet of Venus. In a captivating manner, he explained the profound significance and far-reaching implications that these findings hold for our comprehension of the enigmatic planet Venus. During the presentation, Kaku pointed out many interesting details in the Venus photographs, illuminating the mysterious planet and encouraging us to learn more about it. One of the most exciting discoveries was evidence of widespread volcanic activity on Venus in the form of lava flows and craters. These stunning features provided a window into the planet's past and hinted at its boisterous geological past. Moreover, the evidence for water erosion, such as the existence of polished rocks and channels cut into the ground, is just as strong on Venus. This finding prompted researchers to speculate about the planet's original temperature and the possibility of water's presence on the surface. As we look into these pictures, it is clear that Venus had a rich mineralogy, as seen by the variety of rock hues and textures. This fascinating discovery suggested a complicated geology that needs further research. Michio Kaku made several fascinating observations, such as how certain rocks on Venus are identical to those on Earth and Mars. This similarity may spark our interest because it suggests that the three planets could have a common ancestry or evolutionary history that we had not previously considered. Despite all the new information, several things about Venus were still a mystery. Bright areas and dark regions suggested intriguing prospects for biological or geological action. These mysterious occurrences offered us a provocative mystery that required investigation. The physicist considered where Venus's exploration may go from here and pondered the unresolved issues. Many people have wondered why Venus is so different from Earth given their similar sizes and locations. Scientists continued to speculate about the planet's temperature and history, in an effort to determine whether or not it had ever supported seas and life. The scientist discussed the possibilities and difficulties of sending people or robots to Venus, and he speculated about the unknown discoveries that may be made by individuals who will be courageous enough to set foot on the planet. The exploration community was drawn by Venus because of the huge potential for discoveries in its undiscovered terrain. In addition, he stressed the need to not dismiss Venus in favor of other stellar attractions. Instead, he said Venus hid information that may revolutionize our knowledge of planetary dynamics and the cosmos. Michio Kaku ended his talk with a passionate call to continue Venus's exploration with unquenchable curiosity and unbounded creativity. Only by persistent investigation can we learn about the planet and its secrets and get insights that might help us save Earth from global warming. The inspiring presentation left many ready to go on a new chapter of Venus exploration. Thank you for watching this video on Venus and its declassified photos. We hope you found it informative and gained new knowledge. If you enjoyed it, please show your support by liking and subscribing to our channel for future incredible content. Remember to share this video with your friends and family, who may also be interested in the wonders of the cosmos. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time.